Hey guys, quick video on Wednesday here. I got this in the mail just now. This company sent this to me for free to check out and do a review on, and it looked kind of interesting to me because it does say EOBD, Enhanced OBD. So I'm kind of curious to see if that is true, if it actually gives you enhanced OBD data, if we get, you know, more PIDs than we normally get when you're looking at live data on, let's say, an ELM 327 adapter. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and it does look like it's got some graphics, some graphing capability, so I'm excited to see what the graphing looks like. Anyway, let's get started. So the thing is, guys, these days, even your cheapest OBD2 code reader is going to read your codes, and it's going to give you code definitions. You know, you can buy a $16 one that's going to give you code definitions. Thing is, they might not give you all the codes. You know, there are some manufacturer specific codes that you know, not all tools will tell you about. So for instance, they're going to tell you what a P300 is, you know, random misfires. But let's say on a BMW here, if you get like a 298, you know, not all code readers are going to know what that is and give you a definition for that. And then you're going to be pulling out your phone and looking those up. So that's one consideration to have. Anyway, EOBD, Enhanced OBD. First impressions, it takes a little too long for it to go through this and find the actual protocol that's appropriate for communicating with a car. I'm kind of not happy with that. Some other code readers are much faster with this. They just kind of breeze through them and they say, oh yeah, that one. I'm going to try that one. This is just being probably a little more comprehensive, but you know, it's a little annoying, and that could cost you time if you're, you know, if you're in a shop or something using this. So already it can tell that something's wrong. 6 codes found. I knew this already, by the way. I've been saving these codes for this. Erase previously stored data to save data from this test. I'm going to say no. It actually saves data if you want to like log the live data. So, you know, it tells you between, gives you a choice between engine and automatic transmission. We're just going to use the engine module. Don't have any transmission codes at the moment, so I can't really test that. So, you know, it gives us all our standard OBD options, you know, read codes, erase codes, live data, freeze frame. We do have a freeze frame. Let's pop into that real quick and show you what that looks like. So just standard stuff, closed loop, 15% load. It's a 2096. Code that I have, cooling temperature was at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Short terms were at 13%, 9% on bank 2, 9.4%. So already we can see there's a lean condition. That code probably means lean. So I'm going to read my stored codes. Manufacturer specific codes are found. Press any key. So I'm going to choose BMW. Now the package did say that automatic, you know, vehicle identification based on VIN number, which this did not end up doing. So misfire detected with low fuel. Interesting. Pre-catalyst fuel trim system too rich, bank 2. These are manufacturer specific codes, by the way. 2098. Post-catalyst fuel trim system too lean. So we have a rich and a lean. Let's see, that's bank 2, and that one was bank 2. So a rich and a lean, which is kind of interesting. There's a lean on bank 1, and another lean on bank 2. And then the dreaded 420/430 code, catalyst system efficiency below threshold, which means catalytic converter no longer working to the best of its ability, which hopefully might be a false reading based on the other lean codes that I'm having here. So this video is not about diagnosing this particular problem. It's just about looking up, you know, information with this code reader. I don't like the fact that you can't see all the codes on a list, that you have to kind of browse through each code. That kind of is, I mean, I guess that's not that big of a deal. Pending codes, we probably don't have as many. Yeah, just the 313. So we'll go back. Okay, so, you know, that's just like any other code reader so far. I'm not seeing how this is different from anything else, except for maybe the ability to define those manufacturer specific codes, which is nice. Now live data, I'm gonna have to turn the car on, so I gotta open up the garage here. Okay, so with the engine on, we're gonna go ahead and view data. We'll do the complete data set. So, fuel system status, open loop, 20% load, engine coolant, short term on bank 1, long term on bank 1, bank 2, RPM, vehicle speed, ignition timing, input, air temperature, mass airflow, throttle position. Then these are just the O2 sensor voltages, bank 1, bank 2. And that's it, back to the beginning. So already I can tell you right there, this is just global OBD data. There's nothing manufacturer specific about this. So when they're talking about EOBD, I don't know what they are referring to with that. That's kind of, honestly, that's going to be sort of like misleading advertising, I think, because enhanced OBD data is actually going to give you a lot more PIDs. Each one of these pieces of data is called a PID. And yeah, with manufacturer enhanced modes, you're going to get a lot more PIDs with like professional type scan tools, but this is just the same old generic kind of code reader. And I'm not really seeing anything enhanced about this. Let's see if we can go ahead and graph this right here. Fuel trims. I'm liking the graph. The graph is not bad. It's updating pretty often here. Let's go and look at the oxygen sensor. I'm not liking the interface. It's not as fast as I would like it. It's kind of clunky to use. Let's graph the O2. You know, that's looking like an O2. I'm happy with that. You know, the graph is fairly okay. It's not the greatest, but you know, it's updating. It's not updating crazy fast, but it's good enough to use, I think. Let's go ahead and look at bank 2, the O2 on bank 2. That's bank 1 sensor 2. Yeah, bank 1 sensor 2. You know, I'm seeing this O2 going up and down a little, which is not good. Well, now it's staying a little richer. That's probably better. Okay. And then we'll just read the readiness monitor, see what that looks like. So there you got evap, I guess secondary air, O2s. But you know, these are abbreviations, and if you didn't know what these meant, you're not going to know what these stand for. So that's kind of you know, I suppose that's a little bit difficult to work with. So that's going to be pretty much it. I mean, it's going to record info. It's got a DTC lookup if you want to look for more information on that, but this seems a little cumbersome to use. Look at this, you got to punch this in. It would be nice to be able to like get at this definition from the other menu, right? So we had a 2096 before. It's just the same exact page that we saw before, so I don't know what the point of that really is. And then review is just going to be some of the data if you want to log your data, your live data, which I did a log earlier, and I had a couple of frames, and that's kind of all it is. And you can't actually get into the graph from your logging, so that kind of sucks. Doesn't look like you can log your graph. So okay, that's about it for this scanner, I think. So for the money, this scan tool costs about $69. You're going to be hard pressed to find another scan tool that does live data and graphing the way this thing does for that price point that's not also made by this company. If you want to get an Innova, that's going to cost about $100. And if you want to get an Actron, which actually has the better brand name, you're going to pay over $200. And the difference being with those two is that they're going to scan and clear ABS codes, which is a consideration. However, this company, as I mentioned, does make a lot of scan tools. They've sort of blanketed Amazon with a bunch of different models. They've got like 1,400 products listed under under the Foxwell name, whereas Innova and Actron have like 30 scan tools listed. They gave me the option of reviewing the NT201. This is the NT301. They gave me the option of reviewing the NT201, which actually does come in at $42. And that one, I thought this one had the better features. I thought this was the one that did the graphing, but I took another look just now and I realized that the NT201 has the exact same features, does the graphing and everything. And I was so curious, I wanted to make sure that it had the same features as this one, that I had it overnighted. And I just checked it out right now, and it does have the exact same features as this one, except it doesn't log data like this one does. You can't log your live data and play it back. But, you know, who cares? I don't think anyone's ever going to use that feature. So this is the one that I should have chosen. This is the one that I would actually recommend, because this one I wasn't going to recommend it for $69 just because it doesn't clear ABS codes. But for $42, you can't. This is the one if you want to do live data and you want to do some graphing. You want to be able to graph O2 sensors and graph short-term field trims while you're driving around. This is the one you want to get. $42. You cannot beat it. There's nothing else out there for $42 that's going to have those features. So yeah, I'm going to recommend this one. This is actually a good tool for $42. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, throw me a subscribe. I'm the 50s Kid. Thanks a lot for watching.